Hey guys, it's George. It was the KBS Song Festival on the 16th of December, another red carpet. This award show season has got me tired. I'm literally sat here with a coffee. I don't know how these idols are feeling. Hopefully not as tired as me, but they probably are more. The KBS Song Festival red carpet, this was a huge improvement on the Asia Artist Awards red carpet. That was low-key a mess. If you've not seen that video, I'll leave it linked in the description box. You can go watch it after this. If you are a regular viewer, thank you. You know the drill. If you are new here though, let me explain how this works. I've got all of the red carpet pictures in front of me. We're going to go through, unpack the looks, discuss the details, and then as it's a review, I'll be rating the looks out of 10, 10 yellow stars, some gold. Very fitting for this red carpet, we'll touch on that. And if you want to learn more about my fashion background, I've left a little blurb in the description box. Let's kick off this video with our trends section, and there were two big trends that I noticed. The first one, the combination of black, white and gold. I don't know if this was actually the theme for the red carpet. It would make sense because of the amount of idols wearing black, white and gold. It was unreal. Accents of gold. Gold being woven into textured fabrics such as tweeds. It was such a beautiful colour combination for the red carpet. I love how each idol gave us their different take on it as well. And then the second trend I noticed, Chanel. Was the KBS Song Festival red carpet sponsored by Chanel? Every idol, their manager, their hairstylist, their makeup artist, their fashion team, they were all wearing fucking Chanel. There was so much Chanel on this red carpet. I was just like, huh? No complaints. I mean, that's why I got my Chanel brooch out for this video. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the review. And let's start with the first artist who stepped out onto the red carpet, NewJeans. The cycling short saga continues. If you've not seen my Asia Artist Awards red carpet video, I was talking about how I'm so fed up of seeing cycling shorts on NewJeans, and the cycling shorts are always styled with a skirt or something that is very short, and for me, I don't understand how it's appropriate. We all speak about how when we see female idols performing in really tight, small dresses and then their cycling shorts are popping out underneath, that we don't like it. And for me, this is the red carpet equivalent. Why are we putting a minor in a really, really short dress and then just putting cycling shorts under it as if it's okay? And I know some people have left me comments saying that they like the cycling shorts on the red carpet, it's something different, and that is fair enough. However, why is it being styled in this way? Arguably worked on Hey Rin at the Fact Music Awards. I am still not mad about the cycling shorts, but it wasn't styled in a way where it was something incredibly short and then the cycling shorts underneath. The cycling shorts aside, we have the same issue of the silhouettes that we had at the Asia Artist Awards. All of the members, besides from Hani, are in very sleek silhouettes. Hani's silhouette, she has the voluminous sleeves, she has that A-line skirt, the peplum detail at the waist, so immediately hers stands alone, and we had exactly the same on Hey Rin at the Asia Artist Awards. Hers was very A-line, unlike the other members, so I don't understand why that's been repeated here. And besides from the use of the fur on Hyun's jacket and then on the snow boots on Minji and Danielle, there's not much interest to these looks. They're quite plain, and I just don't understand the styling on NewJeans. They're a very youthful group. They have that Y2K aesthetic. You could do so much with the styling. So for them to turn up on the red carpet in these very simple looks and they're not like totally cohesive, and the cycling shorts is just not what I would like to see for this group. And I like this group, so it makes me sad. This is 5.5 yellow hearts. I hope NewJeans can, you know, the styling team can pull it back. We've still got 3 more shows this award show season, so there's time. The Sserafim were out next on the red carpet, and this set of looks, it is one of my favourites from the KBS Song Festival. This is why I was disappointed that we didn't get a red carpet look from the Sserafim at the Asia Artist Awards, because they always fucking nail it. And for me, this is my favourite red carpet look that they've done so far this award show season. They're giving us balance, they're giving us cohesion. We have Chaewon and Sakura in the shorter cuts, and then the other 3 members are in the longer cuts, and they all have that exposed midriff, so they're each giving us a different style, but the cuts and the silhouettes are pulling them together. Sakura is giving us a Wednesday Adam vibes. When I reviewed this on TikTok, I didn't like think of it, I didn't see it, and I saw you guys posting it in the comments. I was like, yes. However, let's pan down to Sakura's feet. The Sserafim stylist, I'm talking directly to you now. Please stop with this fucking sock and shoe combination. It is hideous. At least it's not a branded Nike sock this time, but still. Why are we putting Sakura in this clunky fucking shoe? Eunchae, next to her, is the youngest member of the group and she has a sexier shoe on. Come on, let's stop with this shoe and then the sock and shoe combination. I beg. Anyway, back to the positives. I love the accent of gold within this set of looks, and I like how it's been used on Yeonjin, Kazuha, and Eunchae. The Chanel belts on Yeonjin and Eunchae, just so beautiful, and I like how they're sitting at the hips. It really works with the cut of their skirts. And then Yeonjin has the gold buttons, which ties it into Kazuha's, and then the cut of the collars on Yeonjin's, on Sakura's, it ties together. It adds a graphic contrast to their looks. I'd have to say my favourite is Yeonjin's. The split in the skirt giving us that flash of the leg, and then how she's got the sharp shoulder, the graphic collar, the long sleeves, and I just love the accents of gold within her look. The Sserafim, this is 9.5 yellow hearts. I'm deducting half a point for the crime against Sakura with the shoes. It would have been a 10 otherwise. NMIXX were third out on the red carpet, and this is such a step in the right direction for them. We're seeing cohesion, we're seeing similar cuts, similar silhouettes, and their mama look, I was not a fan. And then I look at the Asia Red Carpet Awards, it was a stage look on the red carpet, and it didn't really work on the red carpet in my opinion, whereas here, this is the right vibe. We can see that Bae, Soyoon and Haewon, they have that same asymmetric cut on the neckline, and it really works together. It's very interesting. But I like how the details of their neckline and their dresses are slightly different each time, so it keeps it fresh. Bae, Jiwoo and Haewon, they have the similar cuts of skirts, so that creates cohesion with their looks. And then Soyoon and Lily, they have the longer dresses with the splits, so again, we're creating cohesion there. There is one member that stands out for me, and that is Kyujin, and that's just because she's got the bodycon dress that has the ruching detail, and then it's high necked, so the silhouette and the type of dress overall is just completely different from the other members. I like this dress, it looks fantastic on her, but it just stands alone. And then we have something unforgivable. It is honestly unfucking forgivable. The leggings on Haewon. Why are we styling black leggings with a white dress? It does not look good. If she feels some type of way about her legs being out, I know she wore the same leggings at the Mama, then give her a light denier tight, give her some skin colour tights, put makeup on her legs, give her trousers. Don't put her in a dress full stop. Why are we pairing leggings with a white dress, and these leggings are fucking baggy around the knees? It's not acceptable. No, it drags the group look overall down. If I see these leggings on Haewon again this award show season, I'm actually gonna go through the screen and fuck shit up. I also feel like a few more accessories wouldn't have hurt, like a few gold statement earrings, just to give us those flashes of gold and tie into that black, white and gold colour palette going on. This is a great set of looks for NMIXX, as I've said, a step in the right direction. Overall though, this is 7.5 yellow hearts. Stacey followed NMIXX onto the red carpet, and I feel like I always have an issue with Stacey's red carpet looks. And for me here at the KBS Song Festival, it's because they look more like stage outfits than red carpet looks. And as far as I'm aware, the only artist who actually gave us a stage and red carpet look was Kep1er. We'll get to that next. Stacey had a different set of stage outfits, so I don't understand this. I know the KBS Song Festival is not a ball gown and fucking tiara kind of event. I know that, but it just leans so much more stage driven than it does red carpet, especially when you compare it to everything else that other idols are wearing at this event. And you know, I am going to play devil's advocate. Why not? It's fun. These are a cohesive set of looks. We've got the same hem length going on, similar silhouettes and cuts. So that way it works. We have that similar cut of skirt on Seun and Siun. And then we have that fluffy fur texture that's been used on Jae's boots, the hem of Sumin's dress, and then Ice's jacket. I'm really not vibing with the snow boot trend that is appearing as well. We've seen it on NewJeans, we've seen it on Stacey, we've seen it at a few other red carpets. It's not for me. Stacey, this is 6 Yellow Hearts. It's a cohesive set of looks, but in my opinion, this works better for the stage than it does the red carpet. Enhypen were our first boy group to step out on the KBS Song Festival red carpet, and they're still giving us that more mature, cleaner aesthetic that we're seeing from them this year. Last year, it was definitely more contemporary and a stronger fashion vibe, whereas this year, it's definitely cleaner. It's been toned down, and they still look fantastic, but I do miss their looks from last year because they were just like, every event, it was just like 10, 10, 10, 10. Insane. Enhypen are still giving us that classic boy group formula where they have the same cut of trouser going on, a very slim cut, and then they have the same shoe, but then each member has a different style of jacket, different gold touches, and I really like how they've balanced their use of gold. Jake has the gold Prada logo sat right at the middle of his chest. To me, it looks like it's a top that's been laid over the top of his black shirt. Jay, he has the gold pocket square. And then we go down to Youngwon. He's got the gold necklace with that bar that sits just above his tie. And then Sunghoon, he has that gold chain and then that brooch detail on his lapel. And then we can see that Nikki and Sunwoo on the end, they've got the gold accent in their fabric. Nikki, he has that gold stripe detail on the blazer, and then Sunwoo has it on the tie. I really like the use of the gold in the fabric, but I feel like we needed another member. Haesung, why has he not got this gold fabric used in his look? Because it would have balanced it out more. His look, from what I can see, it looks more plain. Actually, no, when we look at the zoom in footage of Haesung, we can see that he's got that silky black shirt worn over the top of a black roll neck, and it's got a very subtle gold accent around the collar and going down the placket, but it doesn't stand out as much as Nikki and Sunwoo, so that's why I'm like, it doesn't look as balanced, but I take it back. It just needs to be a bit more clear for the red carpet. Jake's has to be my favourite. I love this crop double-breasted jacket on him, and I like the placement of the 6 buttons because traditionally you have the top buttons that are further apart and then the 4 below are in a square formation, whereas these sit in straight lines on either side of the jacket, so it adds to the contemporary cut. And I like that Prada detail. He just looks really handsome, like this hair on him. It is a vibe. Enhypen, this is 8.5 Yellow Hearts. I do really like this more mature, cleaner aesthetic on them, but I do think their looks from a last award show season were just so much stronger. Kep1er have pulled it back from the Asia Artist Awards on the KBS Song Festival red carpet, and this is Kep1er's performance look as well. I believe they were the first act to perform, so it makes sense for them to have a performance look on the red carpet, but for me these looks work really well on the red carpet. They're extremely cohesive, they're balanced, and the gold accent is balanced and used uniquely in each member's look. I really like this set of looks for Kep1er. They've done it so well. Shouting, she stands out for me so much. The halter-neck black jumpsuit in that velvet, and then they've styled it with the black elbow length gloves. She's got that statement belt, the gold chains. She looks unreal. There is one outfit I have an issue with though, and that is Hikaru's, and she's one of my faves, so I'm literally like, oh, why? Her outfit kind of stands out for me just because she's got the quilted texture on her jacket, and we don't see that quilting on any of the other members. And I know she's got the gold accent around the border, which does look really nice. And then she's got the white shirt with the black tie. We're seeing ties becoming a big trend within female idols, but it's just the actual proportion of the pieces on her. I just don't think it's very flattering. She's very petite, like she's one of the shortest, if not the shortest member of the group, and this crop jacket with the high-waisted jeans and then the riding boot, the proportions on her are just slightly off in my opinion, and I don't understand why she has a riding boot on with this look. Where's the riding boot elsewhere? Why did we not give her like a tailored trouser and a blazer or something else where it would have fit in more? The quilted jacket doesn't fit in, and neither does the jean. So Kep1er, this is 7.5 Yellow Hearts. Hikaru's outfit aside, it is a fantastic set of looks, and it's so much better than the prom vibe they were giving us at the Asia Artist Awards. Tomorrow Together followed Kepler onto the red carpet, and to be 100% honest, I'm really confused. TXT this award show season, it's been very fashion-led looks. At the American Music Awards, they were in Saint Laurent. At the Melon Music Awards, they were wearing AMI Paris. At the Mama, they were decked out in Burberry, and it was very fashion-led, strong looks. And this, when I first saw them, I'll admit, I thought it was their stage looks. It suddenly leans more costumey, and I don't think Soobin's eye patch helps the situation either. I believe he has a sty, which is why he has the eye patch, and I saw something the other day about how makeup artists aren't cleaning their brushes enough and idols are getting loads of styes, which, yeah, I feel bad about that, but the eye patch pushes it in that direction even more. And it is a fantastic set of looks, don't get me wrong. I do really like this set of looks. It's so cohesive. The black, the use of the gold, and then we've got the different textures of black. We've got velvet on Pom Gyu, that cropped military jacket in the middle, the gold rope detailing, which I believe is called aiguillette. Excuse the pronunciation. And then we've got the velvet on Taeyeon's collar, and then he's got the gold roping going round. So the velvet texture's been used throughout really well. And then on Yeonjun, he has that same gold rope detailing around the collar. And then Hyunin Kai, he has the gold rope detail going down the lapel. And then Soobin, the gold buttons, the gold piping around the edge of his collar lapel going down to the hem of his jacket. So the gold's been distributed nicely, and the different textures of black, the different cuts of tailoring, it all works together really well. But it's just such a change in pace, change in direction from what they've been giving us so far. So for me, this is 8 yellow hearts. Let me know what you think in the comments. aespa came out next, and you guys know I'm a big aespa stan. I love this group so much. This is their first red carpet of award show season, and whilst I do really like this set of looks, we have seen stronger and more cohesive looks from the girls last year. aespa always give us an incredibly balanced set of looks. You'll usually have 2 members in dresses or skirts, 2 members in trousers, or 2 members in skirts that are short, and then 2 members that are in skirts that are long. So you get the highs and the lows, and you get that balance. Whereas here, that balance is off. For me, it's Giselle and Winter's looks that stand out. Karina and Ningning's, their dresses, they're going to the same place. They're from the same brand. I mean, I believe all of the girls are wearing Givenchy. They're ambassadors, it would make sense. But they've got the asymmetric cut on the neckline. It's leather. There's that ruching detailing. So they work together really well. They both look stunning. I mean, all of them look stunning, but you know what I'm saying. Their looks go as a pair. And then Winter's look, it's a great cut on her. I love that ruffled asymmetric hemline styled with the boot. However, none of the other girls have this style of hemline, this style of dress, so it makes it stand alone. If we had Ningning on the end wearing a similar style of dress, it would give us more of that aespa balance that we've usually seen and that we've previously seen. And then Giselle's look, for me, the cut of the skirt is too short for the way that the top of the dress has been cut. Where we've got that crew neck and then that wide shoulder, the proportion looks off. If this dress was 2-3 inches longer, the proportions of the dress would look more balanced. I think it's because the neckline's high, the shoulders are wide, and then you have that gold embellishment around the neck. It looks very like up close here. So we just need to like pull that hemline down to balance it out. Also, if one of the girls was in a heel similar to Ningning's, it would have balanced it out more. Or alternatively, put Ningning in a boot, so all 4 members are in a boot. This is a nice set of looks from aespa, but we have seen stronger looks. So for me, this is 7.5 yellow hearts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yena was next out on the KBS Song Festival red carpet, and I absolutely love this look. It's menswear as women's wear, and I love the shirt dress and how you've got that stripe detail that's made out of crystals, so you're getting the shine on the red carpet, and I think the length is fantastic on her. And then you've got that leather overskirt that's been wrapped around the waist and it falls asymmetrically. If we didn't have that piece, this look would be a bit boring, whereas this adds interest, and the asymmetric hemline works against the straight hemline. And overall, I really like how it's been styled. The bunches, pigtails, whatever you call them, wherever you're from, the Chanel necklace, and then she's got the boot, which comes to a nice point on her leg. It doesn't cut her off. It works with the length of the dress as well. So Yena, this is a fantastic look. This is 8.5 yellow hearts. Oneus stepped out onto the red carpet next, and I really like the way that the black and white has been balanced out throughout the members' looks. We have I-DLE on the right in the all black look. And then next to him, we have Konhee in the all white look. And then the other members, their looks are black and white, balanced out. However, I do have an issue with Hwanghoon's look. Overall, I like the tailoring, the boxy jacket, the gold brooch, how they've kept the collar of the shirt clean. However, I don't understand why they've added a beige cummerband. For me, this should have been a black cummerband because it would have given that illusion of an elongated leg. Where it's beige, it ruins that illusion and the colour doesn't tie in anywhere else. So for me, it just does not make sense. Saho's look, you just can't go wrong. This is a classic look. The DB6 suit, that beautiful contrast lapel, the Chanel brooch, white shirt, black tie. Very, very classic, but the touch of Chanel. Love this look. My favourite look from Oneus. And then Zeon's look on the left. Whilst I do like it, I do have my issues with it. I love the shawl lapel blazer, and then how you've got the black edging on the slanted pockets, the black contrast button. But then for me, the use of the pussy bow shirt with the Chanel pearls over top, they don't work together. It should have either been a grandad collar shirt with the pearls, because then the pearls do all of the work, or the pearls should not be there at all. It should just be the pussy bow because they distract from each other. Yeah, it just would have looked better if we just removed one of those elements and edited it slightly. Oneus, this is 7.5 yellow hearts. Love where it's going, but a few tweaks. Up next, we have I-DLE, and whilst I think this is a very cohesive, nice set of looks, I am a bit disappointed, and I think that's just because the looks they've already given us this award show season have been so strong. Like, think back to their Dolce & Gabbana look at the Mama. So strong, so cohesive. Even though I have my issues with that brand, you can't deny that this set of looks is fucking fantastic. Whereas here, I feel like as we go down the line from Minnie to Shuha, we lose a bit of cohesion and we lose a lot of detail. When we look at Minnie, Myeon and Sooyeon's looks, there's a lot of detail. Minnie and Myeon, they have that black ribbon tie detail. Their looks work together. From the same family, just different cuts. And then Sooyeon's look, she's got the skirt, the shirt, that jacket with that beautiful high shine edging. The texture really picks up on camera, and then that beautiful platform heel, all of the straps. But when we get to Uki and Shuha, where has that level of detail gone? Uki's dress, stunning on her. The silhouette, the cut, the way it cascades like over the shape of her hips to the floor. It's a stunning cut of dress. It's very classic. But where is the same detail as the other members? And it's the same with Shuha's look. It's a nice look, but where's the detail? And for me, it's just not very red carpet. It's more of like a really cute look you would wear to the office. I-DLE, this is 7 yellow hearts. Itzy at the KBS Song Festival, this is a big improvement from the other red carpet looks that we've seen from them. Their Mama look springs to mind. It was very plain. Let's just put the girls in the shortest dresses possible. They were barely styled. Whereas here, there's more interest to their looks. That said, it's not my favourite, but it's a step in the right direction and that needs to be appreciated. Yeji's look, I'm not a lover of it. The blazer short and heel combination, it just seems very dated in my opinion. Leah's look, I love that off-the-shoulder cut of the dress, and then how you've got that asymmetric tie detail that goes around the neck. Ryujin's look, I love the idea of it, and I love this corset top on her, that suspender belt detail. However, the detail gets lost in the trouser because it's a very similar texture to the top, and I think if we took the hemline of that corset up an inch or two and we had a break of midriff, you would see that detail a bit more, or alternatively, go for a trouser that is a completely different texture. So then the suspender belt would stand out. Chaeyoung's look, I like the sweetheart neckline and then that shape of the skirt, how it flares in and out. It's very flirty, and then she's got the embellishment on her hips. Yuna's look, I love the crop blazer, that buckle fastening detail, and then she's got the white bralette underneath. I like the shape of the trouser with it too, and how it sits right at her waist because it really shows off the shape of her body. But then I don't really love that heart cutout detail. For me, it doesn't really add anything to the look. I think if it was just a trouser in that cut, it would have worked because there's enough detail on the top. Itzy, this is 7 yellow hearts. Let me know what you think of this look in the comments. ATEEZ followed Itzy on the red carpet, and this is ATEEZ's first red carpet of award show season. And they're starting off with a bang. This set of looks is incredible. I love the accents of gold. It's so subtle, but you can still see it popping out. On Yeonho, he has the chains and the collar tips. On Songhwa, he has that gold sparkle to his shirt. San, the crop top legend, he has the pearls around his neck. Yosang has that gold safety pin going through the lapel of his blazer. Hongjun, the brooch. Wooseok, the very delicate brooch. Jongho has the gold pocket square, and then Mingi on the end. Chanel, bitch. ATEEZ are also giving us that classic boy band formula. We're getting the slim cuts of trousers with the same style of shoe. The only person who has a different type of trouser is Hongjun because he's got the full velvet suit and his trousers look more of a straight cut. But all of the other members, it's very slim, but then on top, we're getting those differences. Yeonho, the single-breasted jacket with that leather accent on the collar. Songhwa's jacket, single-breasted peak lapel. San, single-breasted notch lapel. Yosang, very classic event wear going on here. The double-breasted 6-button jacket, and you know I spoke about the button formation. This is that very classic button formation where you have the 4 in the square and then the top 2 are slightly wider apart, and then he's got that satin contrast peak lapel, the wingtip collar shirt, the bow tie. Woo Young, he has that cropped double-breasted jacket, and when you look at the close-up shots, his collar is that pinstripe fabric, so it's just a really nice subtle difference. Jongho next to him, he's got the velvet jacket on with that contrast satin peak lapel, again, very classic. And then Mingi on the end, it looks like his jacket's collarless, and then he has that pussy bow tie shirt in that sparkly silver and black. It really accents well off of the Chanel brooch detail. Probably my favourite look from ATEEZ. ATEEZ, this is 10 yellow hearts. Stray Kids followed ATEEZ on the red carpet, and they're back to their classic vibe. The obvious branding, the silhouettes. And looking at this set of looks, they are still giving us that more cleaner aesthetic that they've been giving us this award show season, but they've definitely dialed up the obvious branding. Last year when it comes to Stray Kids, it was like more is more of the branding. You wouldn't just get a brooch, you would have like a Chanel earring, 10 Chanel brooches at the same time. Like it was in your face. You were getting slapped by branding. And here, we are getting that. We have Dior on Lino and Bangchan. We have Gucci on IN. He's got that very subtle Gucci logo on his beret. And then Changbin on the end, he has the Gucci brooch. And then Felix, Yves Saint Laurent, the brooch on his pinstripe jacket. That is so snatched at his waist. His waist looks so fucking tiny in this outfit. He looks unreal. And then on Sungmin, he has the Burberry logo going across over his tie and then also on the chest pocket of his jacket. Also, we're sticking to the contemporary tailoring. And as I've said with Stray Kids before, they have the classic boy group formula going on. The slim cuts on the trousers and then a very similar style of shoe. And then each member has a completely different style of jacket going on. 6 out of the 8 members have been styled with a white shirt and a black tie. Some more loose than others. But Lino has the trench coat going on. very classic cut trench coat that's been snatched at the waist. That Dior brooch on his lapel. Han has that beautiful crop jacket with the chest pocket details, and then he has the buttons with that contrast edging. I love this wrap blazer. It makes me think of Red Lights. You can see that it's got the chest pockets, but then it's also got those buckle details in the front. And where his jacket wraps at the waist, it ties into Felix's, where his jacket's been snatched at the waist. And I like the fact that Felix has that pinstripe. It brings another texture into this set of looks. And just the silhouette, like how you've got the very broad shoulders on the suit, and then it comes into this snatched waist, and then it goes down. It's beautiful. Bang Chan is giving us that classic shirtless blazer vibe that he always gives. He's got the chain at the neck, the Dior brooch on the waist. He looks very handsome as always. Hyunjin's got the tweed jacket on, and again, like Felix, I like how it's adding another texture into the mix, and I like the way that the neckline of the jacket, it scoops around that shirt that's been worn slightly open, the tie slightly loose, and then it's been belted at the waist. Sungmin's jacket, it looks very boxy, single-breasted, and to me it looks like it's maybe 3 or 4 buttons because the break of where the lapel starts is quite high. And then Changbin on the end, again, that shirtless vibe we usually get with the blazer, and then his is 6 buttons and it's cropped. I like the fact that they've cropped it because it gives us the elongation on the legs, and then the Gucci brooch. And this hair on him, I feel like his hair's like the same as it is, but it's been styled like a bit more fluffy, and it just looks so fucking cute. 10 yellow hearts. Forestella were next out on the red carpet, and I don't know if they saw my Mama review, but they've taken my advice. At the 2022 Mama, their looks were very classic and very repetitive, as all 4 members were in the same peak lapel jacket, all with white shirts and ties. It got a bit boring. Whereas here, each member has a different cut going on. A peak lapel, a shawl lapel, a jacquard fabric, and then each member has a different style of gold tie. Granted, I don't like the gold ties. I don't like the fabric. It looks really like crunchy and like I think if we went for like a metal accent, you know, maybe like a bolo tie or just like a chain and kept like the collars clean, it would have given it that more contemporary touch. And just it's just like a personal thing. Whenever like a fabric is like crunchy and gross, like cheap velvet, when it's crunchy, like it just makes me cringe. And like that is what the neckties are giving. But overall, it's such a huge improvement. And also, like, if you've not seen their performance yet, you have to watch it. It was absolutely insane. It was like completely different from anything else at the KBS Song Festival, but it was amazing. This is 7.5 yellow hearts. From S9 at the KBS Song Festival, I believe this is their first red carpet of award show season, and this is a completely new group to me, so if you have any song recommendations, please leave them in the comments. Overall, I'm impressed. I think it's very cohesive, and I like how certain details have been used on various members to give us cohesion down the line, but I do have my issues with it. We will get to them. Straight away, we're getting that same hem length across the members and very similar silhouettes. All of their outfits are very fitted, apart from one member. We'll touch on that in a moment, but I really love the ruching detailing that we're getting. The ruche detailing on Ji-won's dress, it ties in beautifully into Ji-yoon's dress. And then we've also got that tie detail. We can see it on Ji-sun and we can see it on Chaeyoung on the end, on her skirt. So those details tie together really beautifully. And then we have Hayoung's look on the very left. I just don't understand this look because the hem length is like double the length of the other members, and the dress just, it hasn't been styled. It's incredibly plain, and I like the cut of the top half, that sweetheart neckline, but there's not even like jewelry on her wrist or like a statement earring. Like we just need like a touch of something to make it more interesting. It's just very boring, and if she wanted a longer hem length because that's what she felt more comfortable in, we should have put another member at least in a longer hem length to pull it together and make it more cohesive with the group, because she stands out and stands alone. And then Sion's look, it's just very plain, and this look has great bones. Like the cut of this dress on her looks fantastic. I love that button detailing, but where is the styling? I like the fact it's been styled with the light denier tights, but imagine the Chanel belts, one of the Chanel belts from the Sserafim girls, Yeonjin and Che, on this dress. That's the type of styling this dress needs. Where is it? Somebody get Sion a Chanel belt ASAP. I'm not fucking joking. Get this girl a belt. From Miss 9, this is 7.5 yellow hearts. Moving on to Pentagon, this is a complete direction change from what we saw at the Asia Artist Awards, and they were one of my favourite looks from the Asia Artist Awards. I'll admit I'm not the most familiar with Pentagon's red carpet style. Please let me know if you know in the comments. Do they tend to lean in this more classic direction, or do they tend to lean in the more contemporary direction that we saw at the Asia Artist Awards? And I know that Asia Artist Awards look was also their stage look. Perhaps that's why it lent more contemporary and there was more of a balance, and those looks looked fantastic on stage as well as the red carpet. Whereas here, it's leaning very classic. And I know we still have those gold touches, but on the members from left to the middle, they're more apparent in the wider shot. And then the members from left to right, you don't really see the gold details. With classic looks, I like how Pentagon are giving us the different lapel cuts, peak, shawl, notch, and then we're also getting single-breasted and double-breasted jackets. However, there are a few fit issues for me. Shinon, 2 in from the left. This is who I thought was Yoan in my previous video. I apologise. He's 2 in from the right. So, Shinon, you are my favourite look from the Asia Artist Awards. Here, for me, his jacket looks like it's too big. It's a very boxy cut on the body, but when you see him moving in the video, it just looks a bit too big in my opinion. And then on Jino in the middle, he's got the double-breasted, very classic event wear look going on with the bow tie. I just want to take the hem of his jacket up by like 2-3 inches, just because it will give him that elongation to the leg, and I think that will be a lot more flattering for him. So I like it, but I don't love it. So Pentagon, this is 7 yellow hearts. Following Pentagon was the Boyz, and this is why I was a greedy fucker at the Asia Artist Awards and wanted a separate red carpet look from the Boyz. The Boyz know how to do a red carpet look. The look from the Asia Artist Awards, it was fantastic for the stage, but for me it didn't work on the red carpet, but it was still a fantastic set of looks. The paneling, the combination of the white tweed, the denim, the embellishment, obsessed. But they're showing us their red carpet style here, and this is why I love it, because they highlight tailoring and outerwear, but it's always incredibly temporary. Look at the comparison between the Boyz and Pentagon. You can see the different classic tailoring with those few contemporary touches with the brooches, but then this is true contemporary tailoring. Texturally, it's beautiful as well. The full velvet look on Kevin, the leather trousers on Q, the tweed on New. It just really stands out on camera, and it creates levels within the look, even though it's all black white with the accents of gold. Kevin's and New's have to be my favourites. The double-breasted jacket on Kevin, the velvet, and then the gold buttons. How it's a 6-button jacket, double-breasted, but they've placed the buttons sweeping into the waist, so it really like emphasises that triangular shape. And then New, he's just so pretty. The Baker Boy hat in the tweed with the chain, the double-breasted jacket, how it's oversized and boxy, the peak lapel, the Chanel pin tying into the gold buttons, and how the jacket hits him right at the top of the mid-thigh. Such a great silhouette on him. The Boyz, this is 10 yellow hearts. NCT Dream were out next on the red carpet, and this is so confused for me. I don't understand the combination of the looks, and I understand why they've done it, because Mark and Haechan have to then come out on the red carpet next with NCT 127, so their looks need to work with their other members, but then their looks with the NCT Dream members, they don't work. And it's because the NCT Dream members who aren't in NCT 127 have been styled incredibly contemporary, and the use of gold is completely different. You'll notice that the gold has actually been woven into the fabrics, the tweeds, the glittery texture. Their looks are on this side of the scale, and then Mark and Haechan's looks are very classic, and they're on the other end of the scale, I don't know why I'm leaning. So when you put them together, it just looks like such a mishmash, and I just don't understand the thought process behind it. At the end of the day, NCT Dream and NCT 127, they're subunits of NCT, so why not put all of the members in a classic look and then style the NCT Dream members with perhaps black ties instead of bow ties, and then put NCT in all of bow ties like they did. So then you get differentiation that way. It's too much of a mishmash. I don't understand. This is 6 yellow hearts. And then NCT 127, I don't understand the set of looks for them. It is that classic boy group formula, the same cut of trousers, the same shoes, but then they've just made it so matchy-matchy, like they really did not need to go in this direction. I understand it's all classic, and I feel like when we saw NCT 127 on the red carpet last award show season, it was also very classic, but they gave us differentiation within the details. Whereas here, they've just put everyone in the same fucking thing. Every single member is wearing a bow tie, and then some members have a wingtip collar shirt, some members have a point collar shirt, some members have the black studs, some members don't. So we can argue there are slight differences there. However, it reads the same. And then all of the members, apart from Haechan, have peak lapels. He has a notch lapel. So we could have at least given the members different lapel shapes to switch it up. And yes, we have Mark and Jaehyun in 3-piece suits, but it doesn't switch up the vibe enough. And in my opinion, the collar on Mark's waistcoat, that shawl lapel, it's too wide for the suit. It looks even wider than the peak lapel of his jacket, so it just doesn't work for me. To improve this, we need more variation, whether that is in the cut of the lapel and then also how the shirts have been styled. Give a few members ties, give a few a clean collar and like a chain or something. Just do something a bit different. I think it would still read incredibly matchy because the jackets are all the same length, they all have that gold piping, but at least there'll be difference within the styling. It wouldn't be like, you know, we're twinning. 6 yellow hearts. Kim Wooseok, I'm not familiar with you, but I fucking love your suit. 10 yellow hearts. So far this award show season, we've seen guys stepping out in jacquard suits that have that brocade motif, whereas here we're getting a printed brocade suit. And the print is just right. It's just enough. It's not too bold that you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And it's not subtle enough that you're like searching for it. And I like how it's been styled with that glittery shirt underneath, because the black with the silver flecks, it ties into the grayscale of the suit. And then how the shirt's been styled, just slightly open. So you're getting that break of flesh, the gold chain. Everything about this works. The cut on him is fantastic. And I like how you get that line going across the suit jacket. That is exactly where the trousers hit him on the waist. I think that really grounds it. 10 yellow hearts. Coyote, individually I like their looks, but together it's a bit of a mishmash, and it's because we have 2 members that are going in that contemporary direction, and then we have the 3rd member that looks very classic. And when you have 2 members going in a contemporary direction, it just makes the classic look even more classic and even more plain. Shinji, I love her dress, but I really don't like the styling. The cut of the dress is beautiful, the off-the-shoulder cut with the voluminous ruffle, and then how the skirt wraps asymmetrically, and you have that piece that drapes off of her right hip. But then the styling, it just doesn't work with the dress for me. I don't like the boot of it. It cuts off her leg. And then she's got the headband, the Alice band, whatever you call it where you're from. I don't like headbands, Alice bands on anyone. So it's not just a Shinji thing. For me, it's like something very adolescent. It's something that like children wear. So to see it on adults, I've just always hated it. That will not change. Becca, I like how it's simple, it's minimalistic, and everything's about that oversized cut of the suit, but it is a red carpet. Give me like that touch of gold that everyone else has going on. And then the hairstyle for me, it is cultural appropriation. Why did we need to do the braids? We didn't. And then Jongmin, it's very classic, a bit plain, a white shirt, a black tie, and then he's got that very classic cut of men's suit on, single-breasted notch lapel, it's a slim cut. There's nothing really special here. I appreciate that he's given us the jewel moment over the tie because it adds that touch of gold. It gives a little something to an otherwise plain look. So I can appreciate it, but Coyote, this is 6.5 yellow hearts. And closing the KBS Song Festival red carpet, we have IVE. This is so close, but it's so far, and it's Wonyoung's outfit that is throwing it out. Wonyoung is the host, so I understand that she needs a special host outfit, and she's got it, but IVE should have come out first on the red carpet, and Wonyoung should have been wearing something that worked with this lineup of looks. And then she should have come out in her host look at the end with the other hosts. That's how it should have been done. And that is up to event logistics. That is not up to IVE. It's not up to Wonyoung. It's not up to their management. It's not up to the stylist. It's up to the event logistics. So we can't change that. Let's start with Wonyoung's look. I absolutely love the asymmetric cut of this dress. I think it's fucking stunning. And I love the high neck. And then you've got the strong shoulder, the long sleeve on her left, and then on her right, you've got that slightly rounded cut and it's sleeveless. And then you have the cutout at her waist, again, directed towards the right. And then how it skims over her hips and comes to the floor. I do think this dress is maybe 1 to 2 inches too long for her because every time I saw her walking in it, she kept having to pick it up. And she's the host. We don't want her fucking tripping on the red carpet, on the TV, like... Just hem it. It would literally take you 5 minutes. And then the bow piece in the back, in my opinion, it looks like an afterthought. The dress doesn't need it. I like how it cascades to the floor and gives us the drama of the train. So a train could have been worked into this dress in another way, but the bow, it doesn't add anything for me. And then the fact that her hair has been styled down over the bow, it doesn't make sense. If you've got detail in the back, why are you covering it with your hair? I feel like that's just like styling 101. Okay, that's a bit catty, I apologise. The other members of IVE deserve a fucking round of applause because of the trials and tribulations their styling team has put them through this award show season. Finally, a cohesive set of looks on IVE. Finally. And I'm ignoring Wonyoung's look here. I'm ignoring her look. She's the host. She's host Wonyoung here, not a member of IVE. We're talking about the other girls. We have the same hem length. We have that same fitted silhouette. And then the beautiful accents of gold that's been used differently in each member. Liz is giving us that 90s Chanel vibe. The beautiful collarless jacket that hits her right at the waist. It meets the top point of the skirt, and then she has the gold buttons, the pockets on the skirt. And then Ray's look, it's like a version of, she has that same cut of skirt, but hers is quilted. She has that gold chain that goes around the waist of her skirt, tying into the gold chains on Liz's jacket. And then she has that high neck crop sweater, the strong shoulders, the gold buttons, the long sleeves. It's a version of. They work together. These looks could be in the same collection. And then Kuyul's look. This is my favourite look out of this set for IVE. The fit of this dress on her is perfection. The length of the dress, the ruching detailing, the gold hardware that goes down the side seams, just really highlighting the shape of her figure. And then where the dress finishes and the length of the boot, it's extremely flattering on her. She looks fucking incredible. Favourite look. Liseo's look, I like it. I don't understand the pieces of fabric that cascade off of her hips. For me, it doesn't really add anything to the look. It adds detail, but it's kind of pointless, if you understand what I'm saying. I like how she's got the gold buttons that tie into the other girls' looks, and then she's got that top with the off-the-shoulder cut, because then it ties into Yujin's. Yujin's look is arguably the plainest, but I really do like the silhouette of her dress and that off-the-shoulder cut, just really under the collarbone, highlighting the clavicle. And then her touch of gold is the statement earrings. And again, the hem length, the height of the boot is very flattering on her. IVE, this is a yellow heart. I think this is the highest score I've ever given them. Please continue in this cohesive direction. We want to see it. I don't want to see you falling flat on the red carpet. I want to see you serving it up. And next time, Wonyoung, let's give her a cohesive look. My favourite looks from the KBS Song Festival, the Sserafim, hands down, stunning, love it. Can't wait to see what's next for them on the red carpet. And also Stray Kids, giving us their classic vibe, but also they've cleaned it up, reined it in. They look incredible. And then least favourite looks. There were actually no terrible looks from the KBS Song Festival. There were a few really bad ones from the Asia Artist Awards. But I would have to say NewJeans, my least favourite female idol look. It is my lowest score from the whole video. I just want to see them styled slightly differently. Just a few tweaks to their vibe. It could be fantastic. And then NCT Dream and NCT 127. It's just confusing. And I understand it's a huge fucking group, but that needs to be taken into consideration. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who is your favourite? Who is your least favourite? Who is your most improved? Let me know in the comments. If you've watched this entire video, you've made it all the way to the end, I want you to leave me 3 hot dog emojis in the comments, purely because I'm fucking starving. A bitch needs to eat. Thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You are honestly amazing. And I shall see you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow. NCT Dream Candy. See you then. Bye guys. Bye-bye.